Thrifting ain't easy, unless you're watching me. Hey there, neighbor! You're back at the Thrift Store Rundown, and today you're paying a visit to Mr. Sesko's neighborhood, where we're doing what we do best: bring Hollywood home on a budget. In a week all about interacting with our neighbors, friends we haven't met yet, I knew that this week wouldn't be complete without one of my penny-pinching power players, Daniel Tiger. Of all of Fred Rogers' characters in his neighborhood that had lasting legacies in and out of that trusted place in children's television, Daniel Tiger probably is the most trusted of them all, and nothing if not a real cast cat. I've done more reviews on Daniel Tiger than Mr. Rogers himself. And he's definitely a penny-pinching power player. Whenever I need to get my ugga-mugga on in terms of traffic retention, he's definitely on first call. He knows how to bring the viewers in. All of this, and I haven't even watched the show, which makes playing this game a little bit difficult. But you know, Daniel Tiger's Neighborhood's Grr-rific game has never before been discussed on YouTube, so it makes it a TSR exclusive. It might be difficult for me to play, but it might not be so difficult for me to give my best effort to review. Besides, I gotta give it my all if I'm the first one to do it. Anyway, this University Games creation is for 2 to 4 players, ages 3 on up. It's a preschool game, and I don't know why, but my short attention span has a real hard time processing instructions for preschool games more than any other game. I don't get it, but what are you gonna do? I'm gonna begin by showing you the instructions for Daniel Tiger's Grr-rific game. And as always, we give you 10 seconds to get a full grasp of gameplay through these instructions. Start the clock. There you go, 10 seconds. We'll save this instruction sheet aside. We have here a couple of Ziploc bags featuring some of the key components for the game. We have here a spinner and the game board, which I'll get out now. Simple game board, a simple ride around the immediate vicinity of Daniel's place in the neighborhood. Front and center, this game board goes. Right here. And so you get a better view, let's zoom out, and there you go. Daniel Tiger's Neighborhood's Grr-rific game with a couple of spaces for 2 decks of cards. Imagination moments and how do you feel. Acting out scenes from the show and acting out emotions that these cards depict. So as far as the contents go, we have here 30 imagination moment cards, 20 how do you feel cards, character tokens, 5 character playing pieces, 4 trolley cards, a spinner, and a game board. And most importantly, instructions. Just as I did with SpongeBob, if a Daniel Tiger game has no instructions, it gets a 0. But thankfully, I'm sparing him that grade. As far as the instructions go, well, they go a little something like this, as we'll get out the Ziploc bags now. You gotta pay attention to these spaces here, where you're playing as any one of the characters. And here, you can play as Daniel Tiger, you can play as King Friday, or maybe Prince Tuesday. Again, I don't watch the show. Prince Tuesday, please don't dislike on this. You can either play as Henrietta, any one of these characters here. But pay attention to these cobblestone marks here, and these spaces in general, where I'm pointing my finger at, because they'll tell you what cards you gotta pull out at any given time. The youngest player goes first. All players spin the spinner to determine how many spaces they'll go. Play it as any one of these characters. And if you land on a cobblestone space that's not connected to a character's house, like these spaces here. You would have to pull out an imagination moment card. And I have an imagination moment card right here in this Ziploc bag, I think. They haven't labeled them, these bags. But are these the imagination moment cards? Yes, they are. Now, you would have to act out a scene that these cards depict here, and players have to guess what scene you're acting out. You can't make any noise as you're acting out these scenes. So this is definitely a game for the Daniel Tiger fans out there, the ones who have seen the show. If you haven't, well, good luck to you. But we do have a few Daniel Tiger's neighborhood videos that you can check out to get a good grasp of that show. Again, he's definitely a fan favorite around here. Anyway, if any one of the players guesses the scene correctly that you're acting out, you and they get a character token that you will place on one of the trolley cards in a space that correlates to the color of that character token. And these are some of the character tokens contained in the bag right here. Color-coded in yellow and blue and maybe orange. And you would have to place them on one of the corresponding spaces on one of the trolley cards. 4 in all. I'll show you one here. And there are no penalties for wrong answers. If you land on a cobblestone space that is connected to a character's house, 1, 2, 3. At that point, oh, and 4. Yes, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you gotta pull out a how do you feel card. And those cards are contained in this Ziploc bag. You have to act out the emotion that these cards depict. Whether you're happy, sad, worried, or frustrated. And by the way, players can have different perspectives on what each card depicts here and each emotion that you're acting out. So as the instructions say, no emotion is wrong. So it's basically the category of cards here where everyone has a right guess, and regardless of what emotion that they're telling you and what the card says otherwise, what you're acting out, you and they get a token for good, honest, educated guesses. Now, play will continue until all players have tokens on each of their cards, their trolley cards, 5 in all, and they start to reach the finish space here. It doesn't matter if you roll the exact space or not on your spinner, or spin the exact number, I should say, as long as you have 5 tokens, 1 for each character, on your trolley card. Oh, and by the way, if you land on one of these cobblestone spaces and you already have a character token, you gotta take out an imagination moment card, act that seat out, and then you get another token for that character. But there's the sharing rule here that tells you to share that token. Give it to another player who needs it. Anyway, play will end when everybody has 5 tokens, reaches the cobblestone tower here, and that is that. Daniel Tiger and friends have a big party afterwards, so really everybody wins. So won't you ride along with Daniel Tiger and the spirit of his creator, Fred Rogers? Play as your favorite character from the show and travel through Daniel Tiger's neighborhood of make-believe to pick up your friends on the trolley. Collect all of your friends and head to the clock tower to celebrate with a big party. Parents and kids will love this game, which teaches creativity and imagination and stimulates them both. There is no adult supervision needed, and this game enhances development skills. There you go. I'm gonna give it 4 out of 5 claps. Oh, by the way, I picked it up for 50% off, $2.99 from Red, White, and Blue Thrift Store. Daniel Tiger's Neighborhood's Grr-rific game. A TSR exclusive, which hopefully you understand by now. What's really important to understand is that Daniel Tiger's not going away from my channel anytime soon. Even if you're not in Daniel Tiger's Neighborhood, this is still a game worth checking out for acting out emotions in a really healthy and fun way. So, on that principle alone, it's definitely a good day in this neighborhood to pick it up. And as for me, the fact that I picked it up for 50% off, $2.99, almost for pocket change, that gives me such a good feeling. And I know it would give you a good feeling for me to refrain from singing that song. But it's such a good feeling to know you're alive. It's such a happy... Thanks for tuning in. Just so you know, there's no limit to bringing Hollywood home on a budget. Please go ahead and check out another awesome review like this one by clicking here, and make sure you subscribe by clicking here. Until next time, I'll catch you, as I always do, on the flip side.